Welcome to Storytelling with Jay, your go-to for writing tips and storytelling insights, no matter where you are on your journey. Today, we're breaking down plotting versus pantsing. Let's dive in.
You know that feeling, right? You get this amazing story idea, it just hits you. Boom.
Oh, yeah. Like lightning.
Exactly. It's like brilliant, a million possibilities swirling around. But then that big question mark pops up. How do you actually start writing it? Do you map everything out, spreadsheets, color coding, the whole 9 yards?
Or do you just jump in, grab a keyboard, maybe some coffee, and just see what happens?
That's the core of it, isn't it? The great divide. Plotters versus pantsers.
It really is like two different tribes of writers. You've got the plotters, sharpening their outline pencils, building their story like an architect.
And then the pantsers, strapping on their adventure boots, ready to just wander into the narrative jungle with maybe a vague sense of direction, if that.
Totally. And today on this deep dive, that's exactly what we're getting into, this whole plotter versus pantser thing.
We've looked at the sources, explored both sides, the good, the bad, the potentially hilarious.
And the mission, really, is just to shed some light on these methods. Because, spoiler alert, there's no single right way to do it.
None at all. It's about finding what works for you. What makes that story actually get well written?
So let's kick off with the plotters, the master architects, you could say.
Okay.
These are the writers who plan, and I mean really plan. Think detailed outlines, character biographies that might include, I don't know, favorite childhood pets.
Timelines mapped out to the day, maybe even spreadsheets tracking subplots with, yes, color coding. It's intense sometimes.
It really is like a civil engineer planning a bridge, one source said.
Right.
Every single detail considered before a single word of the actual story gets written.
And look, there are definitely good reasons for this. Big advantages.
Oh, for sure. First up, structure. It gives you a framework, a safety net, you know where you're going.
Right. One source just flat out says, structure is your friend. There's a real comfort in that, knowing the destination. You're not going to suddenly end up in space if you're writing a historical romance. Well, probably not.
Probably not, no. And then there's efficiency, or at least the promise of efficiency.
Yes, the allegedly efficient method.
Exactly. The theory is, if you have the roadmap, the actual driving the writing should be faster, smoother. You're just connecting the dots you already drew.
Makes sense. You're not hitting those dead ends quite so often, maybe.
That's the idea. And a link to that is the hope for fewer plot holes. Again, emphasis on hope.
Chuckles slightly. The dreaded plot holes.
If you've thought through the logic beforehand, in theory, you're less likely to, forget how your own magic system works or why the detective is suddenly in Peru.
And just knowing the ending, for some people that's huge. Starting a novel without knowing the end feels terrifying. The outline provides that comfort.
But it's not all smooth sailing and perfectly aligned plot points, is it?
No, definitely not. That same structure can feel really rigid, like a cage.
Yeah, what happens when you're writing and suddenly this brilliant, unexpected idea pops up? A character does something totally out of the blue.
Do you follow it? Or do you stick grimly to the outline, even if it feels less exciting now? That's the trap.
And then there's the famous outline paralysis.
Oh, I love that term. It's so true.
It is. You spend so long perfecting the plan, building this magnificent scaffolding.
That the actual building never gets started. The story stays unwritten because the planning phase just never ends.
Months, even years, spent on world-building documents and character trees. It's impressive planning, but no book.
And maybe, just maybe, it can suck some of the fun out of it. If you know every single beat, every twist, where's the magic of discovery for the writer?
That's a fair point. It risks becoming more like transcription than creation sometimes.
So to make this concrete, the sources gave us Bartholomew.
Bartholomew and his cursed spork.
Yes, writing an epic fantasy. Bartholomew didn't just outline, he lived the outline. Months spent drawing maps, detailing terrain.
Character sheets deeper than dating profiles, fears, dreams, favorite snacks, probably sock size.
Exactly. Every chapter blocked out. Grumpy dwarf encounter, check. Goblin capture, check. Moment of profound self-doubt by the campfire, check.
And for Bartholomew, deviating was just not an option. The plan was sacred. That's the plotter in extremis.
Okay, deep breath. Let's completely switch gears. Let's talk pantsers.
The explorers, the improvisers, the ones who write by the seat of their pants.
They basically start with maybe a character, a situation, a line of dialogue, and just go. No map, maybe not even a compass.
It's all about discovery during the writing process, seeing where the story takes them. It's much more spontaneous.
And that spontaneity is a huge draw, right? That's where the unexpected magic can happen.
Totally. Characters surprise you. The plot takes turns you never saw coming. The writer gets to be surprised too, which can be really exciting.
And let's be honest, the barrier to entry is pretty low. No need for 6 months of planning. You have an idea, you can start writing, like, now.
That's very appealing. Just open the document and type. It keeps the process feeling fresh and, well, adventurous. You never quite know what's around the next paragraph break.
And it's a big but.
Yeah.
That adventure can lead you deep into the weeds.
Oh, yeah. The big risk, getting hopelessly lost. That's a direct quote, and it's accurate.
You can end up with characters wandering aimlessly, subplots that go nowhere, or your protagonist suddenly becoming, what was it?
A sentient teacup.
Yeah.
Yes. The sources suggest that's a genuine occupational hazard for the extreme pantser.
Chuckles, right.
Yeah.
A sentient teacup. Good luck explaining that one.
And with all that wandering comes the plot holes. So many plot holes.
Plot holes, we got them. Another gem from the sources. It's almost inevitable if you're making it up as you go along. Things just won't quite mesh.
Characters forget things, gain skills out of nowhere. Motivations shift like sand. It happens.
Which leads directly to the infamous revision hell.
Because after that first wild, rambling draft, you have to go back and make it make sense. It can mean huge rewrites.
Like building a house without a plan and then having to rip out walls to install the plumbing you forgot. Painful.
Very painful. And sometimes the story just fizzles out. The pantser gets stuck in a narrative swamp, sees no way forward, and the project just stops.
So many unfinished novels languishing on hard drives. It's the dark side of pantsing.
To picture this, we have Penelope.
Penelope and the Talking Cats.
Exactly. She had this cool idea, a detective who chats with felines. So she just started writing the first scene. Detective noir, a fluffy Persian, a missing necklace.
No idea who did it, why the cat talks, nothing.
Nope. She just followed what seemed interesting. The cat's snooty attitude, a mention of a weird poodle groomer. She discovered the plot while writing it. The twists surprised her as much as anyone.
So we have these two camps, plotters and pantsers, architects and explorers.
But the reality, as you might guess, isn't usually that black and white, is it?
Not at all. Most writers are probably somewhere in between, on a spectrum.
Yeah, you get plotters who outline but are happy to chase a shiny new idea if it pops up. Like plotting with occasional, ooh, squirrel moments.
Or pantsers who, when they realize they're completely lost, might frantically try to sketch out a rough map mid-story just to find their way back.
A kind of pantsing with panic-induced planning. It's about finding your own balance. A hybrid approach often works best.
And this is really the main takeaway, isn't it? The absolute core message from everything we looked at.
It really is the right way. It's whatever way actually gets your story written, period.
Neither plotting nor pantsing is inherently superior. There's no gold medal for outlining, no trophy for pure discovery.
The only real failure is letting the debate or the fear stop you from writing at all.
So if you're listening and feeling kind of stuck on how to start or how to continue, maybe just experiment.
Yeah, try outlining something short, see how it feels. Then try just writing a scene with zero plan. What feels more natural? What keeps you engaged?
Because honestly, what the world needs isn't a perfectly plotted novel or a flawlessly spontaneous one.
It just needs your story, your voice, your unique take on things.
So really, the advice is pick up your pen or, open your laptop.
Embrace the chaos or embrace the calm of the plan, whatever works for you.
And just get writing. Seriously, that blank page, it's waiting.
It's ready for whatever delightful madness you're ready to unleash upon it. Now go forth and create.
And maybe, just maybe, think about this.
What if, for your next project, you tried the opposite of what you normally do?
If you're a plotter, try pantsing. If you're a pantser, try outlining. What weird, wonderful thing might happen then?
You might just surprise yourself.
Yeah.
Might even end up with a bestseller. Or, a sentient teacup. Either way, it'll be an adventure.
Thank you for tuning in to Storytelling with Jay. If you're ready to continue developing your writing skills, hit subscribe and join the story revolution. So which are you, a plotter or a pantser? Until next time, keep writing and keep dreaming.